This is my own deck recipe. I didn't base this off anybody.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Chris. Ryan. And today we're gonna be looking at my friend Zane's Photon Galaxy deck.
So we're gonna open up with our monster cards. I run a lizard, a paladin, a slasher, a pirate, a tyranno, a thrasher, a wizard, satellite, chargeman, a second thrasher, 2 crushers. These are the monsters that we basically use in any Galaxy deck. Lizard, obviously, is a search for a level 4 or lower photon. The Paladin, for a simple reason, to get your Galaxy Eyes out faster. The Slasher is pretty self-explanatory. Really, all of these are just for getting out your Galaxy Eyes or getting any of your support needed.
So, question, how quick does this bring out Photon Dragon?
Fairly quick if you open up with what you need. Then the cards we run, you definitely run multiple copies of. You got your soldiers, your cloud dragons, at least 2 Caesars, always doing the 3 knights and the 3 dragons.
Well, of course, he's the cover card.
Now the 3 dragons are obvious, they don't need any explanation for why they're here.
Then why do you run only 2 soldiers?
2 soldiers, it makes it easily consistent, and you don't have to sack a soldier to summon a soldier.
Okay.
And naturally, when he's summoned, you get the when he's special summoned by any card, you just get the search.
Okay.
This is for getting extra materials on your Xyz monsters.
Okay.
And specialing a Galaxy Eyes from your hand or graveyard.
Got it.
These are for getting your level 8s out.
Okay.
For 2 of them, because when one is normal, you get the second one for free.
Okay.
And then these, you can get your Galaxy Eyes back from your grave.
Okay.
Onto our spell cards. Three expeditions, 3 trade-ins, 2 sanctuaries, we're on 2 ground collapses,
Oh god.
an MST, a 1-for-1 Luminous Dragon Ritual, and a Galaxy Queen's Light.
Okay, please explain the ground collapse.
The ground collapse is in here specifically for link format, as to where you can lock off 4 of your opponent's monster zones, so they can't link. The only Xyz monsters that could be used would really be Zodiacs, or really just Zodiacs, because they only need 1 Zodiac monster to do it.
Okay.
That explains the ground collapses. The expeditions are obviously for level 5 or higher Galaxy or Photon monsters getting on the field.
Okay.
Trade-ins is for if you get more than
Yeah, the amount of level
more
8s.
than too many level 8s and you can't do anything with it.
Got it.
Sanctuary is obviously for special summoning or tribute summoning, because they can be tributed. That's the whole point. These are pretty obvious. This is for summoning the Paladin.
Okay.
This is for making level 8s when you don't have level 8s.
Okay.
Enough level 8s.
1 for 1
is getting your clouds out.
And MST is because
MST is for
MST.
destruction.
It's basically MST.
Into our trap cards.
Now,
Current, Guardian, Compulse, a Mirror Force, Avarice, Storming, Cypher Bit, and Draining Shield.
oh, we got 2. Wow, there's a. So explain the dimensional.
Dimension Guardian is for defense against a Trident or destruction in general.
Or masterpiece, or
Just destruction in general. Especially for Trident, because if you can stop Trident once,
you're basically
your opponent, you're going to be able to banish the Trident and get rid of its materials.
Then, okay.
The Current is for if somebody attacks your Light Dragons, which is you have a lot of. Compulse is for Dark Hole.
It's basically Compulse.
Interrupted Kaiju.
It's
anything
basically Compulse. Mirror Force.
Jar of Avarice is for recycling your
Exceeds.
your materials or your
Stuff.
your
Stuff.
fodder. Mirror Force, well, Storm Mirror Force is fairly obvious, as well as Mirror Force. It's just for field protection.
Cypher Bit.
Cypher Bit is for getting extra materials and protecting your monsters.
Then we got.
And then Draining Shield is Draining Shield.
Okay, now.
Extra deck.
Extra deck is gonna be. Zane.
We've got Full Armor, Dark Matter, 2 ciphers,
Okay.
a 62, an 11, a 92, 38, a 107, a Neo, a secondary 107, a Firewall, a Dyson Sphere, a Galaxion, and a Topologic.
Okay, so I got 3.
You may be curious about the Topologic.
Right.
The Topologic is easy to summon because the tokens have effects. Their effect being they can't be used
for
as synchro
material.
materials. So Topologic is easy, and if you use monsters other than the tokens to summon him, you can, and your opponent has some stuff in the monster zone, you can drop a Sanctuary, put the tokens in his link zones, and just blow up the entire field.
Okay, then explain Hard Earth, because how are you able to make him?
Hard Earth is for Photon Satellite.
Okay.
If I summon Photon Satellite and make a level 9, then I can do Galaxy. He's extremely situational, but he's there in case you can use him.
Okay. So is that the same thing with Dyson Sphere?
Dyson Sphere, yes. He's there in case you need him.
Yeah. Then
Firewall Dragon,
is...
it can return stuff to your hand.
Okay.
And if a monster its points to is destroyed, you can special summon something.
And that's basically your main monster.
And it's basically your main. If you don't have a Galaxy Eyes, you can just bring out a Galaxy Eyes.
Yeah.
Tachyons are fairly.
Tachyon, they're just... Yeah.
These are fairly simple as to why they're here.
Yeah, he's the one who basically...
Negates.
He's the one that takes control. Dark Matter's the one that...
Overlays.
Yeah, and so...
Same thing.
Yeah.
For gaining attack.
And you got one of the most broken rank 8s right here.
Naturally, you never run a Galaxy deck without him, because he's a Galaxy monster. Big Eye is... These are probably the questions. This one is for detaching to special summon your Galaxy Eyes.
Oh, so...
From your hand or your deck.
Okay, and Big Eye is because of Big Eye.
Big Eye is for taking control of your opponent's stuff.
Okay. Now then, do you run any sight guards by any chance, or no?
I do not.
Okay. Well, is there anything you...
Any recommendations I would have would probably be more Paladins and a pre-prep of Rights if you run more than one of each.
So basically run this card.
Pretty much.
If you're running the Ritual.
If you're running the Ritual variant, then yeah, you're going to want your extra cards.
Then there's also the Felgrand deck, which...
I don't run, because I choose not to.
Then... Yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed. This was Zane's,
Galaxy Eyes deck.
Yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy.
Naturally, 2 tokens.
Wait, what are the 2 tokens?
Naturally, 2 tokens.
From
the...
Sneak peek.
Not sneak peek, from the Link release.
Okay. Sweet. Anyway, see you guys later.